Okay, 1, 2, 3 action. What is up guys, Fahan here with Zah once again, and today we have Mahathir. How are you, Mahathir?
How are you?
Thank you so much for coming out to do this bike review with us. And this is Mahathir's bike. You guys can guess or not, what bike is this?
At first glance, I think I thought it was the Suzuki DRZ, you know. Serious, at the first glance lah. It has the same shape, it looks well used. First glance, I thought it was a Suzuki DRZ.
But it's actually a KTM 400 EXC lah, which is supposedly it's a dirt bike lah. But then this one, I think for yourself, you convert it to motor tires. Before Mahathir tell us a story about his bike, you give a bit of background about it. Launched in 1999, the KTM 400 EXC is an enduro off-road bike widely known for its all-rounder dirt bike for its range, combining the performance of a motocross competition machine with the reliability of an enduro. Engine is a 398cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke SOHC 4 valves with a carburetor fuel system and a 6-speed manual transmission. In Singapore, unlike the more popular rival, the Suzuki DRZ 400, the EXC is an uncommon bike on the streets. Alright guys, so shout out to our sponsor Liqui Moly.
Do check out their online store for awesome motorbike care related products.
Support us by clicking on the link below to view the range of products.
Or use our promo code upon checking out.
Alright, so Mahathir, I understand that this is actually your second time owning a EXC 400. Then in between you own a few bikes lah. But what made you want to come back to the EXC?
First, I got a DRZ because a very common supermoto bike in Singapore. So before that, most of my friends, when I tell them I want to buy DRZ, then all of them say, "Hey, why you never buy KTM?" Because they always heard that KTM expensive, maintenance or whatever. I never found my own mechanic that can do KTM. So why not I buy DRZ first? Then somehow when I buy DRZ, somehow I mix around with some friends. I say most of them use KTM. Then I ask, is it true that KTM is expensive? And they say it's just sensitive a bit, similar to DRZ. It's just more power and more lighter. I saw this bike owned by one guy called Sherman. I see, he does his own bike. He's a mechanic himself. So when I saw, if he can do this, that means if I buy a KTM, he should be able to handle my bike. So that's why somehow, you know lah, when Carousel just hand itchy, open, search Carousel, I see, got KTM, KTM 400. I see this model is same like Sherman. Okay lah, I buy. That's why I own my first KTM. Then when I ride it, the more I ride, the more I love supermoto. That's my favorite bike. Even though I have a class 2 bike, but still my heart goes for supermoto. Since I'm getting married soon, my fiancée, so I poisoned her. You getting to A, buy supermoto. Then what you see is my fiancée's bike.
So yourself, what are you using actually?
Now I own a 400X Super Tenere. Before using this bike, I also own a 400 EXC. Before that, DRZ. And my first bike for 2B is Spark. Yamaha Spark.
So I understand that this one actually your fiance's bike, but since you poisoned her, that time how much you guys bought it actually?
I bought it for mine. It was 1 year left for the renewal of COE. So I bought it around 5k. So I asked my friends to accompany me to buy. So somehow when the guy came to me, then he saw my friend, he say, "Hey, you're this guy, like." Then in my mind, like, supermoto scene very small. Then when I bought that bike. And when I saw this bike, my friend said, "Hey, this one my old bike." When I go there, I tell the guy, he was selling around 7k or 6k, I forgot. Then I asked him, "Oh, this bike, I normally go service at Sherman." Then the guy said, "Oh, you know Sherman?" I reduced the price to 5.5.
Okay.
But it's mostly it's left 1 year then renewal. This bike has been renewed already. I don't know why when this one is mostly my fiance's bike. Somehow I treasure the bike. It's the same as I treasure my fiancée.
Wow, she ride it every day or what?
No, she has her own small bike for delivery.
So this is a shared bike lah between.
For now, it's a shared bike. I want to get my financial stable first, then I will get another bike. Maybe this is my intention. Maybe I want to take over this bike, so I will get her another supermoto.
Wow, supermoto. You also poison your fiancée to get supermoto.
Cool ber.
She
Cool
prefer to
ber.
ride a supermoto actually. It's actually has been her dream. It's just that I never asked properly.
Okay, I didn't know that. Maybe she inspired by you, perhaps.
No, maybe she like, but she a bit shy to express. Then I poison her, then okay lah.
Okay, cool ber. You know, if when you get married, husband and wife riding together, style.
That is my dreams actually. So that my wife doesn't ride lah.
Yeah, same lah. I also. So far, how long have you been riding this bike?
How long?
This particular one, don't count the old
This one. This one, I think around 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the previous bike is 1 year.
During your ownership of the KTM 400 EXC, right? Has this bike given any problems or are there any inherent issues that this bike has?
There is. For this bike, the other day I was riding like normal. Normally ride at night, you know lah, when you throttle, suddenly it died out.
Alamak.
Then my friend helped me troubleshoot, like what's the problem. He keep telling me maybe it was the kill switch button getting haywire or something. Then like I give up already. Now we tow slowly to the shop. Then a few days I asked so what's the issue? Then actually is the magnetic coil.
Oh,
Then
okay.
I expect the magnetic coil to be worn off because it's a second hand bike. So I understand.
This bike, how old already? 10 years already, right?
Should be 10 years because renew already. So should be 10 years.
Going to 11 years and surprisingly it held up pretty well.
Yeah.
Definitely being a 10-year-old bike, it's definitely well used, well utilized.
So have you been going to track on this bike?
Off-road.
Planning to, I'll be playing for 22nd August. I got no experience in track, but just try.
KF1
Yeah.
Power
I saw
But hopefully you get to try on dirt someday.
dirt as per mentioned by my friends. They say off-road setup is different from supermoto. Like your suspension, your brakes,
I see.
your sprocket, all plays a part Then in my mind, okay, never mind. I need to wait. I mentioned earlier, I need to be financially stable because I'm getting married. So why not just stick to road use first.
Basically for the EXC 400, is there a lot of accessories in the market?
For accessories, I
Any
met
parts,
that.
issues? Will you face any parts or problem issues? You know?
For parts and issues, what my mechanic say, for this particular model, it's still manageable. It's not that hard to get. For let's say accessories to make it beautiful, I'm at that point that I don't even care. So I prefer to make it simple as possible as long the engine is okay. Then it's good enough for me.
In my personal opinion, if you like don't care, it's good. Because you know what? If you drop the bike, alah, never mind
This bike drop a lot already. This bike drop a lot already.
Yes, like if you drop a bike, you are a real biker. So don't give me that bullshit that dropping a bike is what? Alamak you
The previous owner when I bought over, he plays enduro, quite experienced in enduro. His group is mainly enduro.
I mean, this is an enduro bike in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Does this particular model has a like chat group or a group that you can come together and share stories?
Not say particular group like maybe for example Super Tenere group. Mine is just group of friends only.
Okay.
We ride different bikes but mainly is supermoto.
Oh, just now you never mention any parts. No parts, no issue.
Parts.
Getting replacement parts and all that, you know.
No, not an issue.
I think you can get online because from what I read online, this bike, the EXC 400 is very popular in the US because down there they like to play dirt, and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, KTM is still producing this bike now lah.
Yeah, and then this bike I believe probably is the last generation for carburetor. And then the later model is all FI.
So let's talk about the performance and handling of this bike. How does it do?
Based on your experience riding a DRZ and this bike,
Or
how
maybe
would you
other bikes in general? How do you describe the performance of the EXC 400?
performance, its acceleration, speed, torque, maneuverability?
Quite flexible. I'm used to it already. For compared to DRZ is a bit heavier than this bike. Then I don't know why my previous bike is quite heavy, more heavy than this bike. So to me, my fiancé quite lucky to get this bike lah. Then the gear, there's 6 gear. DRZ only 5.
Oh, okay.
Then you know DRZ got their own aftermarket pipe. For this bike, have but it's not legal. When I enter the KTM world, somehow I'm introduced to new brands like exhaust pipe. You only hear Yoshimura, Tomignoni, Akapovic. Akapovic have for this bike, but I don't know have or not. I think for the later model lah. Then I heard about FMF. That's my first time hearing FMF. For brakes, I thought Brembo is the best. It's the best. Then my friend introduced Behringer. You take Behringer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I thought Brembo is the best. No, sekali my friend introduced Brambos.
Being a supermoto, is it torquey?
It's super torquey. I like the acceleration. When I'm sleepy, I prefer to ride this bike. Yeah, I like the torquiness. I'm more to the acceleration type of person instead of top speed. I know highway, you don't get the top speed but it's fine to me.
Compare the pickup between the DRZ and the KTM. Which one fares the best?
Honestly speaking, to my opinion, is the KTM. DRZ, you can get the power, but you need to do up a bit because I saw KF1 people play. Even the DRZ also can overtake the KTM. So it's just, I think most of it is how you mod the bike and the rider itself.
So what's your height, Madi?
Height. My height is 1.73.
So for yourself, are you comfortable sitting on this bike? How's the riding posture like for you?
Is it tiptoeing for you?
Given that it's a motard, it should be high lah.
For this bike, because the suspension has been tempered, it's lowered for my fiancée because she's shorter than me. Then another thing is, for supermoto, is you need to lower your bike because you want to play track. Then somehow I'm used to tiptoeing, but this bike is quite comfortable to me already. Even if the bike I need to tiptoe, so I'm okay with it. Some people are not used to it.
So considering that this is a supermoto, I believe the fuel tank is much smaller than the normal conventional road bike. So how big is the fuel tank and how far can you actually ride?
Because this is a second-hand bike, so one thing's for sure, the thing that is missing is my speedometer. So I don't really see my speed, but I can gauge my speed. For the fuel, for the,
okay, 100.
for the fuel consumption, I don't really take note. When the bike suddenly die off, I know it's on reserve. I find the nearest petrol station.
So when the bike die off because of low fuel, then you switch tab, is it?
Reserve.
Yeah.
Reserve tab. Okay, lucky got reserve tab. If not, you in the middle of the high expressway, push all the way. Alamak.
Sorry, don't mind me asking, what's the red and blue switch for?
Red is the kill switch.
Oh, okay.
Blue is the horn.
Oh. Habis ni? This one?
This is the light. The light.
Okay.
Style lah sir.
So this is starter lah.
Yeah.
For the EXC 400, is the maintenance on the high side? Because given that it's an old bike,
This bike burns petrol.
Drink water.
Yeah, something like that.
Telan minyak. Just like the name.
What I heard is a high compression bike. So when you rev hard, it will burn oil faster. So either you change oil 2 weeks or 3 weeks. If you seldom ride the bike, then 1 month can change. Then the bike got engine oil and gear oil. Then for engine oil, you change either 600 or 700. See the level of the
ML.
Yeah.
Oh, not one bottle lah. Not one full bottle.
It's mixed in two. Engine oil is 600 or 700 ml. Then for the gear oil is 900 ml.
Didn't know that.
What I heard is considered dual sum, like engine oil and gear oil. Then I've never heard of you can modify into single sum, which is everything you pour, everything inside.
Oh, I see.
That is my friend Sherman. He's the one that explain everything. Without him, I don't think I will know much about supermoto.
Yeah lah, quite true lah. I mean, I was also thinking that okay, this one has a one oil sum, maybe 1 or 2 bottles.
Yeah.
But when you explain that it is only like 700 ml engine oil and then gear oil, oh okay, that is something new. For those who are going to maybe thinking of getting a KTM 400 EXC, this info is very useful.
Supermoto, as you can see, this brand, Because of this brand makes me represent something like supermoto community worldwide. It's called Grenzgänger by Germany. Even though I ride a supermoto, I still want to thank the people who inspire me. People like, I want to mention their name like Heikel, Paintbrush, Radzilla, who else? Yat Jats. There's another guy called Mahadi. He's riding a Hasbana. A lot of people like for the KF1 riders like Jazil, Hasroy, all those fast riders, Sherman. If you want to go for KTM workshop, maybe you can find Sherman or Reiko from Ahwa Motorsport. Then who else am I inspired like my friend Taufik Salihin. I don't know why most of the guys that I mentioned when they ride supermoto, their full gear, full face helmet,
Lagi cool lah.
it looks cool.
I see. When is your turn, bro?
My turn.
When is your turn to go to track?
22nd August 22nd August 2021.
Alright, power lah.
Madi, I'm just curious, why is there a Suzuki logo on the mudguard?
Okay, I will share my experience. When I put DRZ, normally I don't know why some riders like to test me. I test back but in a safe manner, not really reckless. So you know what I mean. Then why I put DRZ? First of all, the fender came from my previous bike, which is I put the whole decal in DRZ. Because people say, why you so like stupid do DRZ? I said, I remember where I came from. I live by that rule, like whatever you do, I don't want to forget my roots. So DRZ start off with supermoto. So when I take the next level to KTM, I cherish my moment. The bike is not just some machine, it's my stress reliever. Yeah.
The other significant half.
Yes.
Right, so in your 2 months, of using this, what's your best memory so far? I know, given that it's your fiance's bike, I know, but then for yourself, what's the best memory? Or maybe you want to share your previous memory with your previous bike, your best one. This one, the EXC 400.
Best memory. All I know is when I throttle, it gives you the adrenaline more than you ride a DRZ.
The jockey part, does it make you want to wheelie?
No, I don't do wheelies. Dangerous. Then some more, you can get your license revoked. So I don't dare to do those kind of stuff. Very dangerous.
I understand.
You're very dangerous.
Dangerous, legit dangerous.
Okay.
I don't dare to do.
You can wheelie as much as you want.
No, I don't
Okay,
dare.
moving forward, after this bike COE expires, do you intend to keep this bike or sell it away?
See how, since got 10 years more, plan since an old bike, maybe slowly do up the whole engine.
Hopefully you go into some enduro races also when the border open.
I hope so. I don't know how's the experience, but people say for this scrambler level, motocross, it's one of the hardest.
I see.
But wait for border open, maybe I can go Tristan Park.
Maybe
and
yes.
try out.
I also haven't go to Tristan Park. People have been talking ever since.
A lot of people talk.
A lot of people. Even my friend Sam, the one that became a guarantor for my bike. He don't have a license, but he already go to Tristan Park.
Alright, Mahadis, thank you so much for coming out and showing your EXC 400 with us. I mean, this is what KTM started out with, they are well known overseas, especially in Americas, Europe, for their dirt bikes, and it's nice to feature finally a KTM that is actually a dirt bike.
Yes.
Any riders who want to review the bike with us, you can touch us on our social media pages below.
Like KTM riders out there, if you have anything else to comment or any experience to share, just put in the comment section below. Like and share this video with your riding kakis, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to check out our support us and our sponsors, Liquid Moly. Do check out their online store. Click on the click on the link below and use our promo code upon checking out.
Yeah, that's it for the vlog. We will see you in the next one. Okay, awesome.